Hi, everybody. My name is Debi Kelly. I'm a field specialist in horticulture with University of Missouri Extension. Today, I'd like to talk to you about two different opportunities of funding that you might be eligible for through the Missouri Department of Agriculture. So let's get started on this. But what I'd like to introduce you to is the Missouri Value Added Agriculture Farm to Table Grant Program, as well as the Organic Certification Cost Share Program. And again, both of these are funding that you can receive through an application with the Missouri Department of Agriculture. So what is the Farm to Table Grant Program? It is funding available for you as a producer or as a value-added business or just a business in general, where you're going to be purchasing and processing locally grown agricultural products to sell to institutions within the state of Missouri. The grant is up to $200,000. You must have a 10% cash match of the total amount of funding that you're going to be asking for in the application. Once the grant is completed, 10% of your gross sales must continue to be sold to institutions. The opportunity for this program is twice a year. The first application deadline is due April 1st, or you can apply and have it due on October 1st. So what actually is the definition of an institution? They're across the board. So you can be a long care facility, correctional facility, nursing homes, extended living locations, military bases, schools, universities, hospitals. I had someone just recently ask me if a food bank or a food pantry. And yes, those are considered institutions, but you must have gross sales. So those sales must be to the food bank or the food pantry. And there are some opportunities to have that. You'll have to contact the food bank and the food pantry specifically. So what will these funds pay for? They'll actually pay for the things that you as a producer actually need. It'll pay for a cooler, a walk-in cooler, a mobile cooler, freezers, washing equipment, bagging equipment, production types of things that you need equipment to be able to do. Won't pay for the tractor, of course, won't pay for the infrastructure, but it'll pay for those pieces of equipment that you need in order to make your product in the form that's saleable to these institutions. It will also pay for good agricultural and good handling practices when you have to go ahead and apply for gaps in order to be able to sell to those institutions. It can help to pay for that, for your training, as well as getting set up and for the inspection. So what will this particular grant not pay for? It won't pay for you for your own salary or for anyone that you have employed for your particular farm or business. Won't pay for any of the agricultural product production costs, such as purchasing seed, buying fertilizer or compost, those sorts of things it will not pay for. Operating expenses, such as putting gas in a tractor, for example, or water or electricity that you have on the farm. Won't pay for a motor vehicle. I had someone at one point ask me if it would pay for a refrigerated truck. The answer is no, because it's a motor vehicle. Will not pay for travel or mileage expenses. So wherever you're going to be taking your product for sale will not pay for the mileage. At the bottom of the screen, there is the URL for the website that goes directly to the Farm to Table Grant Program. And again, this program is offered twice a year. April 1st and October 1st are the deadlines when those applications need to be turned in. Examples of those who have received this particular funding in the past was a business who was looking at putting in a cooler, a dicing machine, a filling machine, a vacuum and bag sealer. So they were doing something where they're actually taking their vegetable specialty crops and putting it in, changing it in some format, cutting it into bite-sized pieces, for example, or usable pieces that could be sold. Produce wash conveyor, a flash freezer it can pay for. Another project had handling and wash facility, a walk-in cooler. And they actually had a mobile cooler, not the vehicle, but the cooler that was put into that particular vehicle that moved the product from the farm or the business to wherever the product was being sold. Special equipment that might be needed for a value-added product. For example, this is a creamery, so maybe strawberries might be sold to that creamery, so you can make strawberry ice cream or strawberry yogurt, for example. Sorting, packing, and distribution facility was another project that was actually funded by this particular grant offering. So let's talk about the second opportunity, the organic certification cost share program. So you can do this either through the Missouri Department of Agriculture, or you could do it through the Farm Service Agency. So you can contact your local FSA office. Essentially what this program does is it's cost share. It's only going to pay for a certain amount. It's not going to pay for everything. So the program provides you funding to assist you in becoming certified organic, or having it through USDA. So it has to be a USDA certifying agency. And if you were certified or had become certified in the past or thinking about becoming certified, from October 1st of 2019 through September 30th of 2020 is when you should be getting your certification. It will pay up to 50% of that certification cost, with a maximum amount of funding that they will give to you of $500 per certification, or the certification category per year. What will it pay as far as that $500 that you can submit in as receipts? Application fees to the certifying agency, inspection fees, including the travel costs and the per diem for those inspectors that come to your farm to verify that you are following all the organic standards, and record keeping. Certification costs specifically, user fees, sales assessments, postage if you need to mail things in for the application. What will it not pay for? Transitional certification. So sometimes your farm cannot be certified that first year. You have to go through 3 years of transition of not using synthetic chemicals or other disqualifying types of products on the farm. And so they ask that you do that for 3 years, and it's called transition certification. So while you're in transition, this cost share program will not pay up to $500. Other labeling programs that you might want to put some sort of a specific label onto your product is fine, but this cost share program will not pay for that type of a label. Material supplies and equipment that you might need, and I don't know specifically what the equipment means for that, but I doubt it's going to be the type of equipment you would hope that it would pay for. It will not pay for late fees, membership fees, or consulting fees. And so at the bottom of this page is the URL directly to the Missouri Department of Agriculture, so that you can read the specifics, see the application, fill it out. And if you've got questions, there's a phone number down there for who you can contact. There are a couple of other programs that MDA will help to fund, and I'll talk to you about those in some upcoming issues of this video newsletter.